und ich überreiß, was sie jetzt will. Ich überleg bei mir, ihr Nasen spricht dafür, wäre das nicht noch Rauch?
What if I told you some of the biggest global hits from 1983, songs you couldn't avoid back then, suddenly vanished into obscurity? Stay tuned as we uncover 10 unforgettable anthems that defined a year but left their creators behind in music's history books. Before we move on, I will like you to subscribe to the channel and like the video. Number 1, She Blinded Me with Science. Picture this: a quirky scientist in a lab coat, dramatic synthesizers booming in the background, and lyrics that made you wonder if you'd stumbled into a musical experiment. That was Thomas Dolby's She Blinded Me with Science, a bizarre yet irresistible hit of 1983. Thanks to MTV's growing influence, the song's eye-popping video, a mix of eccentric visuals and madcap storytelling, helped rocket it to the top 5 on the Billboard Hot 100. But Dolby didn't stick around on the pop charts. Instead, he pivoted behind the scenes, carving out a niche as a music technology innovator. Perhaps that's why his experimental charm didn't translate to repeated success. His genius thrived in tinkering, not chasing mainstream appeal. So, what happens next when another European act turns heads? Number 2, Der Kommissar. What do you get when a British band reimagines an Austrian pop hit? After the Fire's version of Der Kommissar brought a moody, new wave edge to the English-speaking world in 1983. Originally written and recorded by Falco, the song's dark lyrics, layered with ominous Cold War undertones, paired perfectly with its hypnotic melody. It struck a chord with audiences navigating an uncertain, politically charged time. But while Der Kommissar climbed the charts, the band dissolved not long after, citing internal tensions. Creative disagreements and mounting industry pressure proved insurmountable, cutting their momentum short. Still, the song bridged the European and US music scenes, opening doors for Falco's future work. So, what happens when vintage jazz meets 80s synth? Number 3, Puttin' on the Ritz. Imagine taking a classic 1930s jazz number and dressing it in shimmering 80s synths. That's exactly what Taco did with his version of Puttin' on the Ritz, a song that felt like a glamorous time machine set to an electro beat. The theatricality of both the track and Taco himself caught fans' attention, especially with a music video that blended Art Deco aesthetics with robotic dance moves. It was a global sensation, reaching the top 10 in the US and turning heads worldwide. But the charm of his retro-futuristic style proved fleeting. As pop music evolved, audiences craved something new, and Taco's niche appeal couldn't adapt. The song remains a dazzling one-off, but Taco's unique sound became a moment rather than a movement. Number 4, 99 Luftballons. A haunting melody paired with a chilling anti-nuclear message, 99 Luftballons became an anthem of Cold War anxiety in 1983. Sung in German, it tells the story of 99 balloons accidentally triggering military action, escalating to global conflict. At the time, the fear of nuclear war dominated headlines, and the song's pointed lyrics, including how Nena snarls Kriegminister, captured those fears in a way few songs managed. The English version, 99 Red Balloons, expanded its reach worldwide, especially in the US and UK. Yet some felt the translation softened its edge, losing the raw emotion of the original. While the song became a cultural fixture, Nena couldn't sustain international success, leaving her closely tied to this emblematic protest anthem. Number 5, Electric Avenue. Eddie Grant's Electric Avenue wasn't just a song, it was a reflection of the social unrest brewing in the early 1980s. Inspired by the 1981 Brixton riots, Grant turned his frustration into a reggae-fused anthem that resonated across racial and cultural lines. The lyrics referenced Brixton's Electric Avenue, a street symbolic of vibrancy and struggle. Coupled with its driving synth-pop chorus, the song captured a restless energy that audiences couldn't ignore. The track's success was undeniable, climbing high on global charts, but Grant chose artistic independence over chasing another mainstream hit. Producing every element of the song himself in Barbados, he showcased a unique creative control. Electric Avenue thrives today, a reminder of how music can transform protest into power. Number 6, Jeopardy. With its unforgettable hook and surreal music video, the Greg Kihn Band's Jeopardy became a defining hit of 1983. The song's infectious melody, starting with that instantly recognizable intro, made it perfect for radio, but it was the campy, offbeat music video, packed with quirky wedding scenes and zombie-like chaos, that turned it into an MTV favorite. The video's playful weirdness ensured it stayed lodged in the memories of viewers and gave the track a cultural edge. However, the band's straightforward rock sound didn't keep up with changing trends. As pop and alternative styles shifted mid-decade, their music struggled to stay relevant. Jeopardy shined brightly as a singular moment of brilliance, but the band faded as audiences moved on. Number 7, I Eat Cannibals. In 1983, Total Kylo burst onto the scene with I Eat Cannibals, a quirky, tongue-in-cheek anthem that demanded attention. Its bizarre title and upbeat rhythm made it impossible to ignore, while the group's outlandish costumes and high-energy performances brought their bold, colorful aesthetic to life. The song's novelty, amplified by a playful music video full of vibrant visuals, made it an instant standout during the height of MTV's influence. But that same outrageous charm proved to be a limitation. The band's reliance on gimmicks meant they struggled to evolve as musical tastes shifted. Without a second hit to solidify their career, Total Kylo remained largely defined by this one unforgettable track. Next up, a song that literally shoots for the stars. Number 8, Major Tom, Coming Home. Peter Schilling's Major Tom Coming Home wasn't just a song, it was an adventure. Positioned as a sequel to David Bowie's Space Oddity, it reimagined the lost astronaut story, adding a narrative of longing, isolation, and eventual closure. Released in 1983, it tapped into the era's obsession with space exploration, while reflecting the Cold War's underlying tension. The imagery of detachment and drifting resonated with listeners grappling with their own fears of uncertainty. However, the song's unique cosmic appeal proved difficult to replicate. Schilling's German roots and niche storytelling couldn't align with the rapidly evolving musical trends of the 80s. Despite this, Major Tom, Coming Home, remains timeless, continuing to inspire new works and solidifying its cultural significance. Number 9, Wishing If I Had a Photograph of You. A flock of seagulls, Wishing If I Had a Photograph of You, created a soundtrack for Yearning with its atmospheric synths and alien-like vocals. Released in 1983, the track captured the mood of longing and isolation, blending emotional depth with futuristic soundscapes. Mike Score's monotone delivery paired perfectly with the song's soaring, almost ominous melody, cementing it as a standout in the new wave genre. But while its innovation resonated, the band's distinct image, especially Score's now iconic hairstyle, began to work against them. Their visual aesthetic, which initially set them apart, soon became a limitation as they were typecast within a rapidly evolving 1980s music scene. Wishing remains timeless, but their artistry was ultimately eclipsed by their image. Number 10, Buffalo Gals. In 1983, Malcolm McLaren, best known as the mastermind behind the Sex Pistols, left the punk scene to bridge an unexpected gap, one between hip-hop and mainstream pop. With Buffalo Gals, McLaren introduced the world to the emerging hip-hop culture of the Bronx, particularly the art of scratching. The track's production, which also borrowed a South African mbaqanga groove from the Boyoyo Boys, felt groundbreaking, blending global influences with gritty urban sounds. Visually, the song's music video featured double Dutch teams and street culture, making it an MTV hit. Yet, McLaren's focus on artistic experimentation over commercial success often limited his momentum. Buffalo Gals became a cultural milestone, but McLaren's restless creativity kept him from cementing a series of mainstream hits. The 1980s gave us songs that weren't just chart toppers, they were snapshots of a moment, perfectly capturing the spirit of their time. These one-hit wonders remind us how unpredictable the music scene was, as acts rose to fame almost overnight before slipping back into obscurity. Yet, their brief time in the spotlight left a lasting mark. Decades later, they're still heard on radio playlists and 80s compilations, proving their staying power. So why not revisit these tracks? Explore how pop culture shaped and was shaped by these unforgettable songs. And who knows, maybe you'll discover a new favorite among these forgotten gems.